My name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hello and welcome back to Is That More Brandon. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a review for the 14th episode of Love Island Series 9. At the beginning of the episode we found out that obviously Jessie wasn't very happy when Ellie was popping balloons on Will's crotch area. Zara basically just said to her that it was just a game, but Jessie basically called it childish. The fact that he was getting kind of so excited about it. Yeah, like I said, maybe it was just a kid in a playground that literally he's just seen toys and he's just got really fun and excited. Jessie also said to Zara that Tom has been good to her, and she kind of questioned that, thinking, well, how? And I think she basically said that it gave her the ick when he picked Olivia like as the face of the perfect girl. He just kind of said, you don't really do that, like I'm more than just a body, like I'm not here just to be looked at, like I want an actual boyfriend. And also I think Lana was sitting there as well and she was like, well actually you said that me and him are the least compatible. So she's got one girl telling her that he's good for her, and she's got one girl telling her that he genuinely does like her, yet there's that weird, yeah, just a weird vibe there of like false, I feel like false truth, I think. Like I said, Lana didn't believe that they were actually compatible, and Jessie kind of said that he was being good for her, yet he's done all these weird things that just don't make sense. Tom and Lana kind of walked past each other in the kitchen, and she kind of just said, you need to talk to Zara. And he kind of was just like, well, what is there to talk about? And she just said, the face, like that was the problem, like Olivia's face or something like that. He basically said to the camera, wondering how long does initial attraction last? So he does find her attractive, and he did find her attractive when he first met her, but now he's kind of getting down layers. Is he still attracted to her as much as he was when they first met, or is that sort of attraction disappearing? Spencer, Ellie and Tanya had a quick chat. So I think he basically said to the two girls that he thinks Olivia is still interested in Tom, but she could have just been honest with him rather than kind of putting him to the side while she's working out what's going on with him. And Tanya basically said if someone was to come in, Ron's head would absolutely spin. With Will and Jessie, she basically said to him that it wasn't a good move when he giggled with the whole balloon situation. So I think that's kind of when they had their first disagreement, I would say. It wasn't really an argument, I think they just kind of, they laughed it off, but I think that was the first point of that particular relationship where she wasn't happy with something that he did. With Tom and Ellie, he said that he was glad that she picked him, and she basically said she would have preferred a private kiss with him. And yeah, messy Ron has been messy, so Tom is now her number one. Tom kind of hinted at Ron that Lana needed a cuddle, and just said, I think someone needs a cuddle. And then obviously Ron went over, jumped on the bed, gave Lana a massive hug. Zara was obviously speaking to the girls, and she kind of said, maybe Tom and I are not compatible in the end. And Tom basically said that the situation that happened with Zara could now be a wake-up call, but again he has to be careful because he's treading very thin waters. He's got multiple girls that are interested in him, so he just needs to be careful. Ron also said that he did regret his communication with Lana, and they're not back to where they were before, but they're potentially on the right move. And Will basically said he is not interested in new girl Ellie romantically at all, but she is quite funny. With Spencer and Olivia, he said he wants to know where her head is at, and she seems quite hung up on Tom. She said that she still has feelings with him, and they have good chat, but I think she didn't want to close that door on Spencer because obviously Tom didn't close the door on her. With Will and Ellie, Will basically said to Ellie that there seems to be cracks that she can kind of break through in order to get to know Tom that little bit better. And Ellie basically just saw Jessie putting cream on Tom's back, so maybe like everyone's just trying to show off, or maybe Tom wants it to look like he's getting to know someone else when he's actually not. Or yeah, seemed like he's got like a lot of people coming after him, and that someone has to make a decision quickly as to whether they want to couple up with him or not. So yeah, I feel like Ellie was a little bit jealous there, and also Jessie probably knew that because Jessie probably knows that Ellie also likes Tom. So Tom and Ellie were at the gym. I think Tom was doing his weights, and she just basically said it's done between her and Ron. She doesn't think that's going to go any further. And Tom also said that things were good with Zara for the first 2 days, and then they went downhill, and he basically called Ellie trouble because, yeah, he's kind of now starting to have these good chats with her, but is his head now turning? Tom and Zara had a quick chat, and he basically said to her, I don't want you to think that I dislike you at all, but obviously he seems to kind of be getting to want to know other girls. And Zara said, I have bit my tongue at some of the things that you've said or the actions that you've done, especially the one where he kind of Olivia's face over body within the game, and there's no coming back from that. They both said that they would never change for anyone, and I think Tom said he felt a little bit relieved about the situation because I think they both know that they're very honest and they're very open and they're very direct, and I just think two very direct and straightforward and kind of, yeah, those types of people, they wouldn't work well together. With Shaq and Tanya, they basically said with Lara and Jessie, Zara gave it her best shot. So yeah, I think it was Shaq that said that, and I think at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, Zara's had that little test to see whether her and Tom was actually going to work. They've kind of seen Tom's true colours, and the three of them all kind of agreed that that's not going to happen. Tom basically said there was still unfinished business with Olivia. Tanya said that the girls seem to be a lot closer than the guys in terms of to each other. And Shaq basically said to Ron that he was doing the ironing wrong, so he let Shaq iron the shirts. And then I think something happened and either the ironing board went funny or he burnt one of Ron's shirts, I'm not too sure. Zara also said that she was manifesting a good night. So like I said, she's just kind of ended her situation with Tom, so she's now in for herself and she's probably got to get to know other guys. The boys then received a text because they were off to the Sun Deck to meet a new girl, a new bombshell for the villa called Sammy, with the hashtag happy hour and then the hashtag get on job. And all of the girls obviously heard the guys screaming, I think Olivia saying like shut up, and Lana basically looked at the girls being like, oh my god, what if they've got a text? So we found out that Sammy, 22, from North London, wants a bad boy with a good heart. She said that she's here for herself, to bring it on, and obviously Olivia kind of was like, oh my goodness, so she kind of started running through the bedroom. Bear in mind they're all wearing like lovely long dresses, they're in the middle of doing their makeup and hair. She started running through the bedroom and it's kind of like Snake, everyone else just kind of followed her. They went onto the balcony and they couldn't actually see the new girl. So yeah, obviously Tanya said I can't see her face, Olivia said she looks pretty, and Lana obviously got her Love Island phone to try to zoom in on the face to see the new girl. And Sammy basically explained to the boys that she's looking for someone that's funny, ambitious, and potentially would be happy to travel. Shaq said that he's also from North London. Aaron said that she could come to visit Australia. And Sammy basically said she is a girl's girl, but at the moment she obviously has no loyalties because she's literally just got there and she kind of wants to talk to whoever she wants to. She explained that her ex did have brown hair, but said that he had nothing on Tom. So yeah, potentially she's going to try and get to know him as well. Jessie asked the girls what their game plan was. Lana said that they should be cool, calm and collected. And Sammy also said to the boys that she's not nervous about meeting the girls and that they all seemed quite lovely. And she basically said that she does all the boring paperwork and she basically just wants someone who's going to make her laugh. Ellie also said that there doesn't seem to be anything about her that isn't top tier. So that's obviously a sign that maybe Sammy is competition for Ellie. I don't know if they have a similar interest in the boys that they're going for, but obviously they look completely different. One's blonde, one's brunette, so let's see. Shaq said to the boys that she's sexy. Tom asked if Kai was going to go and talk to the new girl. Shaq said that he was worried about Ron, and Ron said it's about fighting his temptations. Kai actually did have his first chat with Sammy, and she basically said that all of them are better looking in real life. He said to her that he would happily go home knowing that he was true to himself rather than faking something with someone that he doesn't actually like just to kind of, yeah, get further on a TV show. Tom and Olivia wanted to go for a chat upstairs, and Tom basically said, you're not going to plant one on me, are you? And she basically told him to shut up. He said that there is some sort of sexual attraction there, or there is at least something like a little bit deeper, with Olivia going, oh, you're a flirt, but something's been lingering. And yeah, she felt like she kind of had to give him a second chance. Kai obviously spoke to Ron and Tanyel. Kai said that he does like the new girl. She is nice. And I think Tanyel was kind of asking a lot of probing questions, like, what about me? Like, do you want to get to know her? Like, are you interested in her? La, 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 la. And he basically, yeah, Ron basically said, oh, you're a bit worried, aren't you? Kind of, again, it's because Tanyel, she's not being rejected here, but because she's kind of got new competition, both North London girls, maybe she is that little bit scared that Kai's gonna be stolen from her, and that will obviously leave Tanyel very alone because there isn't any other guys that she's talking to. She ended it with Ron. She wasn't really talking to anyone else apart from Kai, but then also if she wants, she could just go for one of the new boys, Aaron, Tom, for example. I don't think she'd go for Shaq because her and Tanya are like the two like girlies. Tanyel said that if someone's head turns, like for example Kai, then it just wasn't meant to be in the first place. Tom and Ellie had a quick chat on the terrace. I think she basically hinted that the chat might be a little bit awkward. Yeah, Olivia was having a chat downstairs in the kitchen with Lana and Tanyel, basically saying that she wants to know if there is something deeper between her and Tom. Bear in mind, I think it was quite like interesting to watch. You could see like Olivia having her little chat down here, and you could see Ellie and Tom on the terrace up there, but they obviously couldn't see each other. With Tom and Ellie, obviously, she basically said to him it was her first time on the terrace. They were both staring into each other's soul. I think she said that like his eyes were staring into her soul. And for some reason, I think he kind of grabbed her face and then she came in for a kiss. And I think they described it on Love Island After Sun as like the 10%, 90% rule. So he holding her face was the 10%, her going in for the kiss was the 90%. And Tom basically just said, "You're trouble, aren't you?" And yeah, that was kind of how the episode ended. And they just, I think it kind of was going to be something that was going to hopefully be a secret, but let's see if that comes out anytime soon. One, it's on national television, so they're all going to watch it anyway. And number two, did someone actually see what they did? Or did someone confide in someone about what they did? And actually then that rumour has gone everywhere, basically. So yeah, let's see what happens there. But that was the end of episode 14. So like I said, bit strange, like you've got the new people starting to kind of open up a little bit. I haven't really seen much of Aaron, or he hasn't really been grafting with anyone because he's kind of been quite quiet. Obviously Jesse and Will having their little thing. Tom's kind of unsure whether he wants Olivia or new girl Ellie. Again, Ron's a bit confused. You've then got this new Sammy in the mix as well, so there's a lot going on. And you've obviously had Tom with his new girl, Ellie, for now. So let's see how much further that goes, or what actually happens in terms of, yeah, that situation, and whether he gets Olivia out of the picture, or whether he just kind of tests things with Ellie and realises it's not really for him. So yeah, let's see what happens in episode 15. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your morning, day, or afternoon, wherever you are. And until the next episode, thank you for watching, and goodbye.